Yeah, today we have a few things on the agenda. Um, First things first, we are going to be ranking Pokemon, Mega Pokemon specifically, or every Pokemon that was released in Regulation M-B. That's the first task we're handling today. So we have this list. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm live streaming. So why can I not hear? Maybe that's why. Let's test this out. You guys should be able to hear that. Okay, that is so loud on my end. Holy moly! Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, today everything is good. Yeah. Do. But yeah, today we will be first looking at all the Pokemon from Regulation MB, and we will be tier listing them. I know it's a very small amount of Pokemon, and I'll be honest, I didn't realize that they were going to introduce this small subset of Pokemon. I didn't think it was going to be this small. I thought they were going to introduce like 50 more Pokemon, but I guess not. So yeah, I think music's fine. Yeah. So yeah, let's start listing or tier listing all of these Pokemon. The first Pokemon I have the first Pokemon I do want to talk about is the Annihilate. The Annihilate, dude, holy, the Annihilate actually gets a pretty big loss because Annihilate actually loses Final Gambit, but not only that, but Annihilate also gets his Rage Fist nerfed. So his Rage Fist actually resets on Switch In instead of it keeping its Rage Fist stacks, which I personally think that's how it's supposed to always be. Like that's, in my opinion, that's probably how you make it the most balanced, and I think yeah, like that's how like it's supposed to be ever since Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Um, I know the Final Gambit nerf might not seem huge, but I personally think that it's a pretty big hit onto the Annihilate because I think Annihilate seems very predictable now. He back in Scarlet and Violet, he initially had two sets, which is a Choice Scarf plus Final Gambit set. So basically, just kamikazing your Annihilate and taking down like their legendary Pokemon or their terrestrialized Pokemon or whatever Pokemon you want to take down with Choice Scarf, and you are also 90 base speed on Annihilate, so basically outspeeding a lot of things with Choice Scarf. So losing that option is pretty huge in my opinion. And the second set that is more common. Am I tripping or are you muted? Am I muted? Am I? Can you hear me? Hold on. Um, Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Testing. You should be able to hear me now. I apologize for that. Okay, I appreciate it, Lab. I appreciate it. Um, Staraptor is gonna be no okay, dude. The hype on Staraptor is crazy, but I'll get to Staraptor in a moment. You know what? I'll get to Staraptor next. I just want to finish my Annihilate speech. Also, what's up, Dolphin? How are you doing, bro? How are you doing? But yeah, like I said, Annihilate did have two different sets. He had the Final Gambit set where you Final Gambit a Pokemon, like a legendary Pokemon, for example, or whatever their main carry is in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And he also has the much more common Rage for stacking set, where you use something like a Beat Up or something like a Population Bomb to stack Rage Fist. But with Rage Fist being nerfed and also Final Gambit being nerfed, I think that Annihilate gets slowed down a lot, no? I think Annihilate would slow down a lot. Like initially, if Annihilate didn't get nerfed, he would be put in S tier as kind of like a meta-defining Pokemon, because it also has the Define ability. So this Pokemon is the counter to Incineroar, because the problem with the previous counter, which was King Gambit, is that King Gambit's 50 base speed and Incineroar is 60 base speed, and also King Gambit is Steel type, so Incineroar can just hit him with the Flare Blitz and not OHKO King Gambit, but do like 70% to King Gambit. So I think King Gambit will be the new counter to Incineroar, and also, or sorry, I think Annihilate will be the new counter to Incineroar and also King Gambit. But I don't think this is too meta defining, I think this Pokemon would be put in A tier. I think it's going to be very good. I think it's going to be like top 20 usage, I think. You think Prankster Grimmsnarl will get pro play? I think for sure Prankster Grimmsnarl would get like will be played a lot, because if you think about it, or not, because like if you're looking at usage from last season, right? Sableye was like top 20 usage. Sableye has way. Wait, hold on. I'll just look at Sableye for you. Sableye was the perennial prankster user, and with by using screens, right? And if we compare Sableye's stat to Grimmsnarl stats, I think Sableye's 390 base stats, if I remember, 380 base stats. If you compare Sableye's base stats compared to Grimmsnarl, Grimmsnarl is just so much better. And it also gets the light clay, so I think Grimmsnarl will see a ton of usage, in my opinion. And also, Grimmsnarl is, I think, actually, it is worse. Actually, there's pros and cons to the fairy type and the ghost type, because the ghost type means you're immune to fake out, but the fairy type means you're better into the dragon matchups like the Garchomp, because you're able to like spirit break it. And how would you build it if you want to support a team with Aggron, Sand Team to be a screen setter? I think I would be running. I'd be running like. So you're running T-Tar Aggron? I think first things first, I don't know if you really need Reflect, but I think I just run the typical Grimmsnarl set. Like I don't know if you have to complicate it too much. Like as of right now, because the meta is just because the meta is kind of just open. It's only been less than a day since like Pokemon Champions came out. I think you keep it as the typical set, which is the Spirit Break, Parting Shot, Light Screen, Reflect, with the Light Clay. In my opinion, I would keep it simple until the meta starts to kind of not dissolve, but like kind of start to take shape. That's how I would build Grimmsnarl right now, at least. Okay, we have one Pokemon. Let's go to Staraptor. Staraptor does lose knockoff, which is pretty unfortunate. But aside from the loss of knockoff, I think he's like freaking loving life. I think Staraptor's the most used, newest new Mega Pokemon. I'm pretty sure. Like it is, yeah, like number 8 in usage. Like it's freaking crazy. Like it is absolutely crazy, no? How wait, he's being used more than Floette? Oh my god. Yeah, no, this Pokemon has been going off. The main sets I've seen on this Staraptor is that well he okay, also Staraptor does learn Steel Wing. So what I've seen a lot from Staraptor is that Staraptor does get contrary, but I've seen people use like Prankster fake tears with Whimsicott, or like Prankster scary face on Whimsicott as well, to raise Staraptor's speed or special defense, or even like a Prankster parting shot with Grimmsnarl and double screens, to also utilize alongside Staraptor. It's either one or the other. If you go for the Grimmsnarl parting shot, you increase your special attack and your attack. but if you go with the Whimsicott, you increase the special defense or speed. And also because of Staraptor's base ability, I think it's like so strong because his base ability is Intimidate. Um, but with that being said, like I think Staraptor probably will go S tier. Like I'll be honest, like I think this is like the best of the best out of like any Mega Pokemon really. I think there's one or two Mega Pokemon that'll also go S tier, but I think based on usage too, I think Staraptor is one of the best Mega Pokemon. I can't lie, so we'll put it in S tier. Wait, what did you say, Lab? Also, I'm only an Ultra Ball. Oh shoot, I'm peeking a lot. Also, I'm only an Ultra Ball tier. I'm new to VGC, and I'm fighting a lot of special attacking sweepers, which Aggron can't. Okay, I'm gonna explain something to you, right? The oh my god, the reason why Grimmsnarl is really strong with Aggron, or supposedly really strong with Aggron, is because if you're fighting a lot of special attackers, you want to run Light Screen. So what Light Screen does is Light Screen reduces the incoming special attack damage by 33% in doubles. It is 50% in singles. Um, and it's typically lasts for 5 turns, but with the Light Clay item, it'll last for 8 turns. Which, since you've played a bit of doubles already, um, VGC doesn't last too long. There's not that many turns, so 8 turns is basically like the entire duration of the game, right? So you'd want to run something like the Light Screen, which will reduce the damage on the special attacking side. And also, in terms of EVs, I would recommend that you also invest a lot of EVs into your special defense, or literally max if you want, because Aggron doesn't really need more defense, right? It's naturally already really good in defense. What is it, like 230 defense, I'm pretty sure? So, like, I don't think you need any in defense. So, I recommend that you do those exact things to make Aggron kind of tank a bit more. But the biggest problem with Aggron is Aggron doesn't really have, like, it is a really good tank, right, on the physical side, but it doesn't really have like healing. It doesn't have like a Giga Drain or like a Draining Kiss. It might learn Rest, but like Rest is not that useful because you do like stay asleep for 2 turns. So that's kind of my recommendation to you. Yes, Sinistra makes sense because it does have the hospitality and the um the hospitality and the what's it called, life dew. Also, what I recommend looking into as well is like if you're struggling with fire type Pokemon against the Aggron, I recommend running just the rain team. I recommend running Pelipper because if you bring up Pelipper, naturally, like if you're going against like Mega Charizard Y or Delphox as your special attackers, like they'll typically press like a Heat Wave or Weather Ball on it, and if the rain is up, it'll reduce the fire type damage as well. That's my recommendation at least. Okay, next Pokemon I do want to talk about is the Grimmsnarl. So Grimmsnarl does lose False Surrender as well as Thunder Wave. I think Thunder Wave. I don't even know what False Surrender does. Isn't it like a signature? Like, what does False Surrender even do? Um, the user pretends to bow its head, but then it stabs the target. Okay, ignore accuracy. I don't know why they removed this of this moveset. I guess it's a signature move, and they don't want to add every single move into the game, I guess. Um, but yeah, I think Thunder Wave is a really big loss because I think the what other util move does Grimmsnarl know? Does it learn Will-O-Wisp? Grimmsnarl? Um, it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't learn anything else. Yeah, no, Thunder Wave is a pretty big loss. I can't lie. If it learned Will-O-Wisp, it would have been fine, but it doesn't. Um, but yeah, Thunder Wave is a really big loss because it can't have that speed control with Prankster. But it really learns Superpower. But I don't think Superpower is that useful on the Grimmsnarl. I guess you could probably see kills on or KOs on the Kingambit side, But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that useful, like too useful, I'll be honest with you. Um, I think Grimmsnarl alongside Staraptor is probably going to be one of the most game-changing Pokemon they introduced. It does have the Light Clay, it does have the Light Screen, it has the Reflect, it has the Parting Shot, it has the Spirit Break. It's just so strong. It can also learn Fake Out, Fake Tears, and it can just learn a bunch of moves. I think that Grimmsnarl will overtake and ascend Sableye's usage because the only viable reason to use Sableye over Grimmsnarl is to run the Rain Dance or Sunny Day on Sableye, which Grimmsnarl can't learn. And Grimmsnarl just has way better stats than Sableye. I think it's like 150 base stats better than Sableye. And the typing is very debatable too because Sableye does have the ghost typing, so it's immune to fake out, whereas Grimmsnarl has the fairy typing, so it's able to handle dragon types a lot better, something like the Garchomp. But so there are pros and cons to the secondary typing of ghost or fairy, but generally I would lean towards the fairy, um, especially because Grimmsnarl does get fake out himself too. But with that being said, I think Light Screen, Reflect, Parting Shot. I think this Pokemon is gonna be such a game changer, alongside like especially with the Light Clay being introduced as well. Yeah. Also, already had a team for Rain. I'm trying to use Aggron because there's so many Rain teams. Yeah, there's the S tier for Aggron. I thought you said you were running T-Tar, no? Mm. But no, I would recommend you have like Mega Aggron, Sinistra, Pelipper, Grimmsnarl. That as your core four, and then test out the other two slots to see what you really struggle with, and kind of add Pokemon in and out of those last two slots. But those four should be your core four, in my opinion. Like other recommendations for Rain Team Pokemon are something like the Arcaludon or like the Basculegion or like a Mega Swampert is also pretty good. Those are just some general recommendations. Um, Okay, next Pokemon I want to have a look at is Metagross. Okay, I think we all knew coming into Pokemon Champions Metagross, if it were to be introduced, it would be one of the strongest Pokemon in the game, or in Pokemon Champions. And I think it is one of the strongest Pokemon in Pokemon Champions, but, there's a caveat to this. Metagross actually loses two of its key moves it typically has on its moveset, which is Heavy Slam and Knockoff. And in conjunction, it actually learns Cosmic Power, but I don't think it really matters too much about it learning Cosmic Tower because it literally loses two of its main moves it has. Um, yeah, but I definitely think that Metagross did need a nerf coming into Pokemon Champions if it did come into Pokemon Champions, because otherwise, like, this Pokemon would be like crazy broken, especially in a low power level format. Like we saw how Tyranitar performed at Indianapolis regionals, but it was the second most used Mega Pokemon at six. Or it was the second most used Mega Pokemon in the top 32 or top 16 as six Mega Evolutions. It even topped Charizard, which was at five Mega Evolutions. Um, and the only other Mega Evolution that topped it in Indianapolis was the Floette. I'm pretty sure at seven Mega Evolutions on the top 16. So, and the reason why I bring up the Tyranitar is another pseudo legendary Pokemon, but the big crutch with Tyranitar's stats are good, obviously, because it's a pseudo, but its typing is really bad. Rock and Dark, having a four times weakness, and having so many weaknesses, especially to like water, to ground, and stuff like that. Like I think Tyranitar really struggles. Yeah, yeah, it does struggle. Yeah, Fairy, Steel, Ground, Fighting, Grass, Bug, Water. I think Tyranitar has a lot of weaknesses. but we still saw it perform really well despite it having so many weaknesses. So when we introduce a pseudo legendary that supposedly has less weaknesses, and in my opinion is a lot better typing wise than Tyranitar, I think it's the type of Pokemon that would take over the game. I also think that Metagross is able to handle all the fairy types very well too, with the Sylveons that are dominating right now, and with the Floettes that are dominating right now, and the Whimsicott that are dominating right now. I think Mega Metagross is just a very good answer to those, with the Tough Claws ability as well on the Mega side, and I'm pretty sure it has 160 base attack stat. Um, and I think, hold on, I think Metagross also gets a its stats are very, very balanced as well. Its only stat that is really lacking in is its HP at 80, but it has 150 defense, 145 attack, 110 base speed, which is crazy, by the way, because when you could literally outspeed a Garchomp and Ice Punch it and OHKO it. It'll probably OHKO. I think it'll OHKO for sure. Tough Claws, 145 attack, 4 times weakness. Like, I don't think that Garchomp's surviving, even if it's fully defensive. Um, but yeah, like I think Metagross learns a bunch of coverage moves as well. Learns the elemental punches, um, learns Earthquake, learns Trailblaze, and I'm very interested to see how Metagross performs. But given its stats and previous performance, I think it's still one of the strongest Mega Evolutions in the game right now. And also, one thing I'm very interested with Mega Metagross is I don't know why I'm saying Mega Metagross. I can just say Metagross, and like the same thing, kind of the same principle follows. Yo, Maya, I appreciate the follow. Welcome to the stream, Maya. But yeah, the same thing follows if it's just regular Metagross. But I think the interesting part I want to see is what Steel type move that Metagross actually uses. Will it use the Meteor Mash or will it use the Iron Head because it lost the Heavy Slam? Um, is my audio fine? Dude, this audio is quiet. Okay. And yeah, the other two moves Metagross typically runs is Bullet Punch and also Psychic Fangs. But yeah, no, I think Metagross is S tier for sure. Um, and I think honestly those are all of my S tier Pokemon. And this is the reason why I want to start with these Pokemon, so I can slowly build down. Yeah, so I can just slowly build down from this list. What Pokemon should? Okay, we'll just go with Barbaracle. Let me find my little notes about Barbaracle. Barbaracle does change typing. Barbaracle goes from water rock to rock fighting, meaning it is a great offensive type. It is indeed a great offensive type. Rock and fighting are two very, very offensive types, but their caveat to this type is that you're weak to so many more types, and in my opinion, to make this Pokemon work, you need a lot of great supportive tools around it, especially because Barbaracle does learn Shell Smash. So, like, you typically want to pair Barbaracle if you want it to work with, like, a Fake Out user, something like an Incineroar, or even something like a Sneasler, or something like a Follow Me user, like a Clefable, or like a Mousehold, or like a Rage Powder user. What's a good Rage Powder user? Am I forgetting a Rage Powder user aside from Ariados? I know I am for sure. I think there's one like real iconic Rage Powder user. Yo, Nine Crunch Gaming, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How you doing, bro? Oh wait, what is it? What is? Am I forgetting a Rage Powder user? Not a Mungus, right? A Mungus not in the game. I guess Volcarona technically is in the game. Vivillon. And Vivillon's in the game. But yeah, like Barbaracle, I think needs a lot of support around it with the follow me or with the follow me or with the fake out or with the rage powder. To make it really work, you have to spend a lot of resources on support to make Barbaracle really work. But Barbaracle learns a bunch of different moves. It relearns a bunch of different moves like Aqua Cutter, Chilling Water, Crush Chop, Dive, Earth Power. Earth Power is not useful. Rock Polish, Shell Smash, and Super Power. But I think that I don't see any star. Yo, Travis, Starmie was last season, bro. Starmie is old news, bro. I saw someone using a physical mega. What was it using? A physical mega. Wait, what was it used? Also, fitting name because your name is Pika Boy. But yeah, I think Barbarical is a little. What is this? I don't want to scare you guys away. Hold on. There we go. We'll change music because it was freaking Lavender Town music. Oh, like what the hell was that? What's Mega Metagross's ability? It's Tough Claw, so any contact moves get increased by 30%, alongside with the 150, 160 attack stat. Um. Okay, let me. Okay, my only question right now is what tier I put Barbarical. I think Barbarical might be a C tier Pokemon. No, okay, but like, okay, there's so many worse Pokemon in the game though. I'm gonna put Barbarical. No, I don't think it's a B tier Pokemon. I think there is some. I think there's something in between Annihilate as and Barbarical, but we'll see. Actually, we'll see when I'm looking at the other Mega Pokemon. Also, how's my mic, guys? Is my mic fine? I switched mics and I don't like it's so much more different. I think, or like yeah, no, it's a lot different. Um, let's look at the next Pokemon. Holy, look at the next Pokemon here. Let's go with Blaziken. So here's the thing about Blaziken. Blaziken is a very good singles Pokemon. And would sound better in a car. Oh my god. Okay, dude, one of my videos was cooked because I recorded it in a car, bro. Because I was using my laptop mic. I thought it sounded fine until I got a comment about it. I'm like, holy shit, wait, it actually sounds quite bad. Speaking of, going back to the topic of Blaziken. Blaziken is a very good single Pokemon, and back when it was legal, it actually hit the Uber tier in 2014, I think that's when it was legal, or 2015. And to put into context what Uber tier is for people who don't know, Uber tier is where a bunch of the box art legendaries are in. So, like, something like a Dialga, or like a Zacian Crown, or like a Zamazenta, all of those are in Uber tier. So it's a tier above like the most used Pokemon essentially. And I think it might stay that way, especially because Blaziken is very frail. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not like cooking myself here. I'm like 90% sure Blaziken is very frail. Yeah, no, Blaziken is very frail, as well as his typing. No, his typing's fine. His typing's fine. What am I saying? But I think the main problem with Blaziken is that it learns a lot of single target moves. Uh, like I guess it does learn Bulldoze, and it does learn Rock Set and Earthquake. But like the two main moves that it likes to run is the Brave Bird and the Flare Blitz and the close combat with Protect. Although I can see now I'm looking at Blaziken's moveset, I can definitely see this as a kind of weird counter, or like a niche counter to Mega Charizard Y, mainly because it's resistant to a lot of things that Mega Charizard Y runs, with the Heat Wave and then the Weather Ball because it's resistant to fire, as well as the Solar Beam, which is also resistant to. And although they're both 100 base speed, with the speed boost, Mega Blaziken will outspeed it. I don't know what the hell I just clicked. And it does have the Rock Slide. So it's able to hit 4 times super effective Rock Slide, as well as Rock Tomb too. But now the question is, where do I tier Blaziken? I'm gonna tier Blaziken. Ooh. It's either B. I don't feel right putting Blaziken next to Barbarical, I can't lie. I feel like Blaziken it goes into B tier for sure. Um, yeah, next Pokemon we will go to is the Dragalge. Where's my Dragalge notes? There is nothing about Dragalge. There's like zero notes about this Pokemon. That's how I'm like omega worried about this Pokemon. Okay, Dragalge. Let's talk about Dragalge. So Dragalge gets the Regenerator ability, which I think is a fine ability. It it still is a very good special defense wall, but I don't know if it has enough special attack to really damage the format heavily. What I suspect will happen with Dragalge is that it'll use like something like a Draco Meteor, lower its special attack by 2 stages, and then it'll slow flip turn out. Um, and I'll do a little explanation. So what Regenerator does is if a Pokemon switches out, you will heal 1/3 of your max HP. And the reason why, and when you switch out, all your stat drops reset and whatnot. That's why you want a Draco Meteor, lower your special attack, and then you switch out. But the reason why there's a move called Flip Turn. So Flip Turn will damage the opponent, and it'll swap out one of your Pokemon. And I think it's actually quite useful for Mega Dragalge because it also complements very well with the Regenerator ability because you get a free switch out and do damage with Flip Turn. But also because Dragalge is very slow, Dragalge is able to tank a hit and then it switches out to heal. And you can get a base, and because the speed stat is so low, you'll likely be moving like you'll be the last action of the turn, so you're able to switch out into your like sweeper Pokemon essentially with this very low speed stat, and that's kind of I think in my opinion the idea of Dragalge. It is a very good special wall. Um, you're likely investing a lot in HP though, like HP defense maybe. I don't really know the calcs because the like game just came out, but does Dragalge have a pivot move? Yes, it does a flip turn. It does flip turn. So I think it's going to be very, very good with Regenerator, as well as the. I mean, according to. No, it does get flip turn for sure, but I think it's going to be very useful as a Draco flip turn Regenerator user. Um, but I think if you're going to be using Dragalge, I think the best way to use it is as a utility Pokemon because Dragalge does get the Icy Wind, which lowers the speed by 1 stage, as well as the Scald, one of the few Pokemon to keep Scald. So, and with that 30% chance to burn, they didn't nerf it, right? Yep. I think Scald could be really strong. I think, yeah. With that being said, I would place Dragalge in the same tier as Blaziken. Okay. This boy, Mega Eelektross. So Mega Eelektross is actually the Mega of choice today. I actually built around. So Mega Eelektross gets Iron Tail, but wait, hold on. Yeah, Mega Eelektross does learn Iron Tail, and that's the only thing it really learns. I think Mega Eelektross' ability is really great. It has Electrolyze, so it has Intimidate, or not, whoa. It has Levitate, and then it's also immune to like spikes, toxic spikes, and sticky webs, as well as if it knocks out an opponent, it raises your highest attacking stat by 1 stage. Basically, it's just Beast Boost, kind of disguised into Eelektross' ability. Um, and yeah, I think even though I built Eelektross for ladder, I actually no that doesn't make sense. Scrap that. I think this Pokemon is very great in best of one closed team sheet because if you look at Eelektross' stats, Eelektross, I never know how to spell Eelektross by the way. Eelektross has a very good attack and very good special attack, and it has a bunch of or not coverage moves. Like it has the Grass Knot, Giga Drain, Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower. It has the Acrobatics, which is probably not good because you're gonna have the Mega Stone on it. As Rock Tomb, U-Turn, Drain Punch. You get the point. Um, but yeah, it just learns a bunch of moves. So I think Dragalge, or I think Eelektross is very strong in closed team sheet format. So like when I'm climbing on ladder, because your opponent doesn't really know if you're physical or special or mixed really, because I can really be anything I want. I think the biggest problem with Eelektross is electric in itself is not a good defensive typing. You're only weak to, you have three resistances, one immunity, and zero, or yeah, three resistances, one immunity, and then everything else is neutral. And also, just like other Pokemon in Black and White, the biggest problem is its speed stat. Its speed stat is 80, so you don't know if you want, like, you don't really know if you want to run the you don't know if you want to run Eelektross either under Trick Room or Tailwind. It's at that very awkward speed stats. Although you can run like a Tail Room team which combines both of them, it's very, very hard to kind of utilize a Tail Room team. But yeah, I don't know how strong Eelektross will be in best of three open team sheet. But where do I rank it? I think Eelektross also goes. I'm trying to figure out where every Pokemon's gonna go, so I don't like cook this list. So, duh, duh, duh. That. Okay, I'm gonna put Eelektross in B tier. Levitate plus Beast Boost, I can tell will be a problem. I'm gonna put it in A tier. How many megas are we still missing in champions? Hold on. I'll figure that one out for you. Why? Okay. We're missing quite a lot. Hold on. 9, I know where to find this. Mega evolution abilities, Pokedex. Definitely not available Pokemon. Usable moves, updated attacks, Mega Evolution ability, okay. Wait, no, we were just on this. All Mega Evolution Pokemon, hold on. We're missing quite a lot, though. Okay, I'll list out the ones we're missing. We're missing Garchomp C, Lucario Z. We're missing Latios, Latias, DNC. We're missing Salamence. Thank Jesus Christ it wasn't in this game. We're missing Absol Z. That's it for this bunch. And then we're missing a lot of the legendaries. We're missing Golisopod. We're missing Heatran, Magearna. Okay, ZA. Just look up ZA. No. We're missing Heatran, Magearna, and like those types of legendaries too. And like by technicality, I'm pretty sure Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza are Mega Evolutions, no? Because they hold... I mean, they're technically different because they hold the orb. But... I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them anytime soon, I'll be honest with you. Oh yeah, Zygarde. We're missing Zygarde. But yeah, we're missing quite a few legend Pokemon, I'll be honest. Oh yeah, we're missing Tatsugiri. We're missing Baxcat. I know this... Can I open this? Yeah, we're missing Tatsugiri, Basculegia, what the fuck? Baxcalibur, Zeraora, Magearna, Golisopod, Heatran, Lucario Z, Garchomp Z, Staraptor Z. Yeah, look at that. Mega Ray, Latios, Latias, yeah. So, like, basically the Pokemon we're missing is, like, the quote-unquote high-level format Pokemon, essentially. Those are all the Mega Evolution we're missing. So, oh yeah, Darkrai, too. Yeah, so we're missing a lot of the high-level format Pokemon. What's the next Pokemon I should go into? Next Pokemon I will talk about yeah, we'll be the Phalanx. We'll go to Phalanx. Yeah, Phalanx is another Defiant Pokemon, and I'm really I I'm interested to see how people run the no retreat move. But similar to Dragalge, similar to Barbaracle, I think you have to run a lot of support on this Pokemon. Like the Follow Me, or like the Rage Powder, or like the Fake Out. But one benefit to Phalanx's ability, Defiant, is that it can't really be punished by Incineroar's Intimidate, but instead, it'll punish, it'll Phalanx will punish Incineroar, especially because it's a fighting type Pokemon. Um, I think that this can be stronger than Barbarical because it doesn't really have the downsides of lowering its defense stat, but it only raises all stats up by 2 stages. And I remember the winner of NEIC running Roar on Farigiraf, as well as like Hyper Beam Sylveon. So I wonder if you can Roar Phalanx out of it using no retreat just to have a better switch in. I think that'd be a cool tech. When will that be used? I have no idea. But that being said, I think that Phalanx is a better Barbarical. It gets less stat boosts in attack and speed, but it feels like much more of a balanced Pokemon, and it's able to punish, intimidate users. So I'm gonna put Phalanx at a solid B tier. Um, Next Pokemon we have is Malamar. Malamar loses Octolock, but I don't think Malamar really likes to run that thing. Malamar, just like Staraptor, does get the Contrary ability, but the problem with Contrary on Malamar is that Malamar is a Dark type Pokemon, so the fake tears or the scary face on the Whimsicott, or even like the Parting Shot on Grimmsnarl, doesn't work on Malamar because it's immune to Prankster, which is kind of funny, I'll be honest with you. Um, I just think that Malamar is the inferior version to Staraptor because Staraptor's base ability is so much better in Intimidate. He doesn't have a 4 times weakness, and its stats are way more well rounded than Staraptor. Um, Now the question is, do I want to put? I think, but that being said, like I'm struggling to recognize where to put Malamar. I think I'd put Malamar at the B tier. Yeah. Here, okay, yeah, I have a lot of things about Mawile. Mawile, very interesting Pokemon. Mawile has one of the best typings in the game and has Fairy Steel. And Mawile gets the Intimidate ability as its base ability. But the problem with Mawile is just like with Blaziken, Mawile is typically a single battle Pokemon. But I think Mawile can be a very good answer to Basculation, which is the most common or the second most common Pokemon in the game. And I think it's also a very good answer to Aerodactyl because it does learn the elemental punches in the Thunder, Ice, and Fire Punch. And I think it can also be a decent answer to Garchomp. I think it's a good answer to Aerodactyl because it walls a lot of what Aerodactyl typically likes to run. Um, with the um, with the Rock Slide or the Dual Wing Beat or even the Ice Fang. And Garchomp, I'm pretty sure Mawile probably lives a Earthquake from Garchomp, especially because how bulky it is. Um, I think this is one of the best Pokemon that they introduced. I'll be honest with you. I think that Mawile is a great late game sweeper Pokemon, just picking things off with the Sucker Punch with Mawile. Again, I keep referencing NAIC, but during NAIC, in the semifinals, I don't know how to pronounce his name. The Italian player who won, he would use a lot of spread moves with his like Charizard with the Heat Wave or the Sylveon with the Hyper Voice, the Rock Sled on Garchomp or even like the Aerodactyl, and he slowly picked things off with the quick attack on the Sylveon, or the Sucker Punch on the King Gambit, or what other priority did he have? Aqua Jet on Basculation, I'm pretty sure. So he was slowly able to pick things off. And I think Mawile could have a similar niche like that. Staraptor is just badass and out. True, Staraptor's design is really badass. Malamar gets superpower, which is really good. I agree, Malamar does get superpower, which is good. But the thing is, I think Malamar might be a better single battle user. I think because Malamar can't be like Prankster Scary Face or like Fake Tears or Parting Shot, I think it nerfs it a lot too. And like I said, Staraptor has a better ability, base ability in Prankster or Intimidate. Um, it has better overall stats than Staraptor. Staraptor has better overall stats than Malamar, and it doesn't have a 4 times weakness. And just I think Psychic Dark is just not a good type. I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, how many? You have one resistance, right? You have one immunity, and then everything else is just a regular old attack, and then you have 4 times weakness and fairy. Like, I don't think Malamar has that. Oh, you can't even see the type chart, but I'll just turn off my webcam for 1 second. But yeah, you can see how it has 4 times weakness to bug and then 2 times weakness to fairy. So I think Staraptor just does everything Malamar wants to do, but better, and it has better all-around stats. That's kind of my opinion on Malamar. Alola. Yo, what's up, Aka? How you doing? Mega Raichu looks cute. You can snuggle it. Which Raichu? Which Raichu we talking? There's two Raichus. But that being said, I think Mawile. Do I think Mawile is better than these Pokemon? I think Mawile is better than these Pokemon. With this typing, its base ability, and everything. I'm putting Mawile in A tier. Why? I agree. It does look really cute. Pika Boy, have you tried Mega Raichu yet? Speaking of Mega Raichu, we'll actually talk about Mega Raichu right now. Let's talk about Mega Raichu X first. Ooh, where do I begin with this thing? I think Mega Raichu X, being the only Surge user in the game, I think it's gonna be one of the strongest Pokemon. Or not one of the strongest Pokemon, but like, I think it's gonna be pretty meta defining. Like, I think you can pair this Pokemon with Pokemon who like learn Rising Voltage, which is a 70 base power move, and it doubles under electric terrain. Typically, electric types only learn Rising Voltage, so it gets the 1.5 times stat boost. And if they want to use Rising Voltage effectively, they have to be grounded, so they also get the electric terrain boost, which is also a 30% increase in damage. So you just stack a bunch of multipliers. But that being said, there are counters to this, like the Lightning Rod Raichu or another Lightning Rod Pokemon we will see soon, or even like Ground type Pokemon with Garchomp. But if they don't have these Pokemon, I think Mega Raichu will be able to kind of run the game, I'll be honest with you. Also with the Electric Surge, it kind of it prevents sleep for Pokemon that are grounded, so it could Mega Raichu X can be a good measure to counter the Charizard Venusaur teams who Mega Charizard and then Chlorophyll with Venusaur and Sleep Powder Pokemon. So yeah, I think given the fact that Mega Raichu X is the only Surge user, do I think it's I think let me look at Mega Raichu. Let me look at Mega Raichu again before because like it's either S tier or A tier for me 100%. But I need to take a little look at Mega Raichu first. Yes, I love using X. I think it'll be that's crazy to hear. Mega Raichu Y is my favorite. Okay, unfortunately, we will talk about Mega Raichu Y in a second, Aka. I think, yeah, I think it will too. Let me look at Mega. Yeah, no. So yeah, Mega Raichu Y's stats are also very, very balanced as well. The only thing is his HP, but it can't really be fixed with Mega Evolution, so there's nothing to really talk about there. Um, let me take a look down here. What physical moves do you know? No, actually, there's a lot of physical moves. Or not a lot, but like some. I think even like I think Electric Surge is gonna be so strong. Like, dude, just imagine electric like you get the wild charge. Imagine just wild charge with stab, with 135 attack, with the boost to from terrain, the 30% boost. Like it's gonna be so strong. I think one thing I do want to look at before I develop an opinion is what Pokemon learns Rising Voltage that are in the game right now. Because if it's some like trash ass Pokemon that learns Rising Voltage, like I don't I think it kind of lowers Raichu's stock a little. But yeah, we'll take a look at this right now. Rising Voltage. Hold on. First of all, is this move even in the game? I want to take a look. Is this move even in the game? Usable moves. It's in the game for sure, right? It is in the game. I'll just look here. Ampharos is in the game, and Nectrix in the. Oh, hold on. Invite. Hold on. Look who gets. Oh no, they have Levitate. They have Levitate. Oh no, they can't use Rising Voltage because they're not grounded. They're not going to get the boost from it. Or the electric terrain boost. Same with Eelektross. Ooh. I don't know, I think I think this knocks Raichu down a little. Because the only Pokemon that are able to use Rising Voltage are the Heliolisk, Dedenne, Morpeko, Ampharos, Jolteon, Manectric, which seems like quite a lot, right? But the the main Pokemon that really wants to run it are the Rotom forms. But Rotom forms aren't able to run it because the Surge only affects Pokemon that are not or that are grounded. But with that being said, I still believe in Mega Raichu. I still do really believe in Mega Raichu. I'm putting this thing in S tier. Oh yes, unless they have Iron Ball or Gravity. Yes. Speaking of, Iron Ball is in the game right now. Um, but I think my only caveat with the Iron Ball or Gravity is it's a lot of work. You know what I mean? It's a lot of work. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Hear me out, right? Wait. Light Ball Pikachu. We have Mega Raichu Y on or Mega Raichu X on one side, and then you have Light Ball Pikachu on the other side with Rising Voltage. Oh my god! Wait, I might need to run this someday. I might need to run this in the coming few days. Oh my god! Wait, that doesn't seem like that bad of an idea. Okay, but low key. Okay, low key. Low key. Man, I think it's kind of ass. I'll be honest with you, because that means it has less special attack than Ampharos. Like it just, no, it is kind of ass, because it'll have less special attack than Ampharos and Manectric. And Manectric is faster than Pikachu. Yeah, no, scrap that idea. Scrap that idea. Don't. And Manectric can also hold a different item too, like a Wise Glasses or a Magnet to increase its damage, or a Life Orb instead of a Light Ball. Yeah, scrap that idea. Don't worry about it. Let's take a look at our next Pokemon. Let's take a look at our next Pokemon. Let's look at Mega Raichu Y. So the main problem with Mega Raichu Y is that Okay, I'll just look up Mega Raichu. The main problem I have with Mega Raichu Y is that Raichu Y is a very, very strong special attacker. And its speed stat is really good, obviously. It's out of this world, right? With the 160 special attack and the 130 speed. But given its 55 defense stat, it is susceptible to Sucker Punch. So something like a King Gambit will likely OHKO this Raichu Y because it's so frail, or like we were talking about previously, the Mawile, who also will run Sucker Punch, or maybe even Kangaskhan. Like Kangaskhan has significantly less attack than those two. Um, but Mega Raichu Y main niche, it does no guard, so accuracy checks are essentially gone for both your opponent and yourself. But Mega Raichu Y's uh, main selling point is the where is it? Where's the Zap Cannon? I'll just go to accuracy. Wait, where's the Zap Cannon? Is it Egg Move? Am I missing something? Oh, Scarlet and Violet, because it's not in the game. Right. Wait, it has to be. What? Okay, I don't think Zap Cannon's here. Yeah, exactly. Mega Raichu Y is pretty much a glass cannon, but the main niche of Mega Raichu Y is with the Zap Cannon. So Zap Cannon is a 120 base power move. It's 50% accurate, but it has a 100% chance to paralyze. And if you remember what its ability, Mega Raichu Y's ability is, it's no guard. So this will always hit Pokemon unless they're ground type or with the Lightning Rod ability. Um, so yeah, I think this could be very strong as kind of like a pseudo Thunder Wave user, I guess. But you're basically dishing out so much damage, and you also have uh, the 100% accurate. I think my biggest concern obviously is the Sucker Punch or Biking Gambit or any priority move really, but the one redeeming factor to Mega Raichu Y is that it does have two Pokemon that can run alongside it if people wish to use Mega Raichu, which is the Farigiraf, who knows Armor Tail, and what Armor Tail does, it prevents the opponent from using any priority moves, such as like Quick Attack, or like the Sucker Punch we were talking about, or basically the same ability, but in a different name. Serena. How do I spell Serena? I don't know how to spell Serena. There we go. Serena, who gets the Queenly Majesty ability, which same thing, prevents the use of priority moves. So I think if Mega Raichu Y is to be used, I think either Farigiraf or a Serena will be good to pair alongside it, so it prevents the Sucker Punches, so that Mega Raichu doesn't get punished by its 55 base special or defense set. Mega Raichu was pretty much a glass cannon, yeah. If we, dude, imagine it got Sing. Oh my god. Oh, I would be so sad, man. With that being said, I think Raichu Y. The fuck? How do I get here? How do I exit this thing? What the heck? I don't know how to exit this thing. Okay. I think Raichu Y will be in B tier. I think there's a niche for Raichu Y, but I'm interested to see in what niche that exactly is. Okay. We have... Dude, I want to battle so bad, but we have a few more Pokemon to go through. First up is the Mega Sceptile. So the biggest thing about Mega Sceptile is... Hold on, I'm gonna... How did I even get here? I locked myself here. Okay, yeah, Mega Sceptile learns Shed Tail. So Shed Tail is basically a substitute, but you switch out. It does get the Lightning Rod ability, but granted, because it's Grass and Dragon, it is already quad resistant to Electric. In a very interesting I think the main niche that Sceptile will have is that it's actually faster than Basculation by 2 speed points. If I remember correctly, it was Scarf Basculation was 152 with max speed with Scarf, whereas max speed Jolly or max speed Timid on Sceptile was 154. So it'll be 2 base stats faster than Basculation, so it can actually punish Basculation with like a Giga Train or like a Leaf Storm or something. And also, it also outspeeds Garchomp's base speed at 102. So you're able, and because Sceptile gains the dragon typing, you'll be able to take it out with like a dual chop or like a Draco Meteor or something along those lines. Sceptile now learns Earth Power and Cross Poison, and I think Earth Power is actually a great move to give Sceptile because it can handle Steel type Pokemon now with the Earth Power. But with that being said, like I don't know how much use Sceptile will have. I think Sceptile is a good counter meta Pokemon, like we're talking about with the Basculation, the Garchomp, and the Earth Power to handle like King Gambits or like Incineroars, or yeah, maybe King Gambit Incineroar. It also gets Rock Slide too. I don't. What's the Sceptile special attack stat? Mega Sceptile. Is it any good? Sceptile. Is it any good? 110. Garchomp's 130. So that means if Garchomp's 130, Charizard can invest so it can live a Rock Slide for sure. But with that being said, I think Sceptile is a B tier. I think it can have a niche as a counter meta Pokemon, and I'm very excited to use it when I eventually do use it. But yeah, that's Sceptile for ya. Ooh, okay, here is a controversial one. And it's Mega Scrafty. Mega Scrafty. I don't know how I feel about this Pokemon. So, Mega Scrafty, the biggest thing about Mega Scrafty is that it loses Parting Shot. So I think losing Parting Shot really makes sense for Scrafty, because by technicality you can oh yeah, let me explain first. Yeah, Scrafty does get Double Intimidate, but Scrafty does lose Parting Shot, which I'm pretty sure it wasn't a signature. It was, I remember, it was Pangoro's signature back in Gen 6, technically, so it's not Scrafty's signature. But yeah, losing Parting Shot really makes sense because, technically speaking, with Scrafty, you can go -3 on one turn, so you get the regular Scrafty Intimidate, Mega Scrafty Intimidate, and Parting Shot. But with that being said, I think losing Parting Shot really, really hurts this Pokemon, because I think you need something like a switching move, like a Parting Shot or like a U-turn to make it like really work, in my opinion. Dude, what the hell is happening, bro? So yeah, I think it really needs one of those switching moves to really make it work. Because they made Scrafty mainly into like a defensive demon, essentially. Hold on. Yeah, they made it into like a demon defensively. My biggest gripe about Scrafty is that it's competing with Incineroar, which Incineroar I know can't get -2 in one turn, but it's able to do what Scrafty does, but better, without losing a one in a lifetime Mega Evolution slot. Scrafty does have better defenses than Incineroar, but it has worse HP than Incineroar. And also, Scrafty's typing is worse than Scrafty's typing is worse than Incineroar as well, being 4 times weak to Fairy. But I think this is a hot take. I haven't really read what the community thinks about it, but I think Scrafty is going to be C tier. I think Scrafty is going to be C tier. Hold on. Am I making a mistake? I don't see Mega. I forgot about You're so right. I forgot about Mega Pyroar. You are 100% right. No. I appreciate you, Pika boy. Let me put it in right now. Hold on. I think I'm gonna put Scrafty in C tier. Yeah. Pyroar. Let me get Pyroar. Give me one moment. Pyroar. There we go. There's Pyroar. How long have I been live for? Dude, I didn't realize it was gonna take an hour to. It's gonna take like an hour and a half to rank Pokemon. I didn't realize it was gonna take this long to rank Pokemon. I thought I was gonna do this for like 30 minutes and just like in and out, I'll be honest with you. But I guess it's been an hour. It's fucking crazy. No? I think it's freaking crazy. Yeah, but we have a few more Pokemon and we'll head into the battles after. So, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, the next Pokemon I want to take a little look at is the Mega Swampert. This is the Pokemon I wanted the most out of Legend CA. This is one of the. Hold on, let me fix my TikTok live stream first before anything really happens. Okay. Yeah, this is the Pokemon. Mega Swampert is the Pokemon I've been anticipating the most. Mega Swampert gets the Swift Swim ability, so it doubles in rain. And the two modes I love using are A, Rain, and B, Trick Room. So because Mega Swampert fits one of those two criterias, I'm very excited to use Mega Swampert. Um, fixing some music right now real quick. And I think with the addition of Mega Swampert, I think that the inherent value of Rain has gotten a lot better, especially because Mega Swampert allows you to have an immunity to electric. Although it is 4 times weak to grass, you can play around the 4 times weakness to grass. So like you're totally fine with that. And like I said, Mega Swampert is a Swift Swim user, and is probably the first Pokemon in the game to actually want to run Swift Swim. I know Basculation does get Swift Swim, but Adaptability is a much better ability on for Swampert. What did you say? I forgot. Musharna is S tier because it's cute and I like it. So true. So true. Wait, hold on. Let me just There we go. There we go. But like I was saying, yeah, it's probably the first Pokemon that I really want to use Swift Swim. And the two biggest moves that Mega Swampert learns is one, Wave Crash, and two, Flip Turn. Wave Crash is a much stronger move. I remember back in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, it used Waterfall. Waterfall's 80 base power and does have a 20% chance to flinch, but Wave Crash is 40 base power. 40 base power is higher, and it gets it's 40 base power higher, but it doesn't have the flinch chance. But you have to take recoil on it. But 40 base power is a lot of base power. I'll be honest with you. And like a really big weakness to rain teams are steel type Pokemon. And with Mega Swampert being a ground type Pokemon, it's able to break a lot of these steel type Pokemon, like the King Gambits, like a potential Mawile or Metagross that's able to wall it, or even like like an Aegis Slash that can also wall rain teams, because steel types resist a lot of what rain teams like to do. Given the Swiss ability, I think, I think Swampert is high A tier without a doubt. I think Swampert is high A tier, 100%. I don't think it's a meta defining Pokemon, mainly because I think for me a meta defining Pokemon means like it can be used on its own, right? Is Swampert worth it when Basculation exists? I personally think that Swampert is worth it. I think Swampert gives a different look onto rain teams, honestly, because Swampert, it gets the ground typing, right? And so it's able to just hit a lot of these steel types for super effective damage, and it's also able to handle like Pokemon in like flying type Pokemon too, like a Charizard or Aerodactyl. I guess like Basculation can also handle that. Um, but also it's able to handle something like a King Gambit, which is a common counter to Basculegion. I think that both Pokemon can coexist on a rain team. I built a rain team today, and I'm pretty sure I put Basculegion and Swampert on. And the reason why they're able to coexist is although they have a common weakness to grass, uh, on my team I had two steel types on the team, so I'm just like hella resistant to grass, so I have very solid switch-ins. So yeah, that's kind of my whole feel on why I think Swampert makes sense. Exactly, yes, Swampert won't die to electric, dark, or grass moves. And I think it's a lot easier to swap in with Swampert as it is compared, or like swap out compared to Basculation. Because I don't think grass types are that crazy, right? I don't think grass types are that crazy right now. Like, what do we have for grass types? We have Solar Beam on Charizard. We have Matcha Gotcha on Sinistra. We have Trop Kick on what's its face? Serena. We have potentially Mega Sceptile. Are there any other grass types I'm forgetting, guys? Or not Victory Road. Picolytics. Oh, Whimsicott, but like Whimsicott doesn't really run Giga Drain that often. Like it should be like a 10% usage. And not even best move on Whims. But yeah, like there's not that many grass types, which is very good for for Swampert. I have a really fire Swampert team tomorrow. I'm actually pretty proud of the team I built today too. Um, okay, we have to go through this a little quicker. Okay, I'm sorry. I am sorry, Apricot. I have to take Musharna down for now because I'm about to rank all those. Water spam goes by. Yeah, no, for real, no. Water spam is gonna be crazy. But like, I feel like I I don't know if I'm crazy, but I think like some Pokemon won't even run a water move anymore. Because there's like so like if you have so many water types, I don't think you're gonna run water moves. Or like that many water moves, right? Like you're not gonna run like Weather Ball and Pelipper, three water moves at Basculation, and like a water move on Swampert, I think. I think Basculation, I don't know, does Basculation know more moves though? That's my question. Like, does Basculation get like... Okay, I'm sorry, wait, hold on. Okay, we'll keep it until we have to keep it until we have to rank Musharna. And I'm so sorry where Musharna's going. Musharna is going here. I am so sorry. Well, let me look at your King Gambits. You might want to look away when I talk about Musharna. You might want to mute the stream if I talk about Musharna, bro. Like, I apologize, bro. Yeah, let's take a look at Basculation. Crunch? Last Respects, Psychic Fangs. I don't know. I don't really know what Basculation would really run. Maybe like Basculation Female wouldn't be that. Ooh, Basculation Female wouldn't be that bad. Cause you can get like Icy Wind maybe, like Icy Wind, Yuto, Last Respects, Wave Crash, and then like what other Yuto move do you have here? But your Last Respects and your Wave Crash will be doing significantly less damage though. Actually, like no, you can just go like Basculation Male, because the point of Icy Wind isn't for point of Icy Wind isn't for damage, just to one break sashes and two just lower this overall speed. So you can go something like this probably, or like Aqua Jet somewhere. That's just an idea. Okay, next Pokemon, Pyroar. So Pyroar actually loses Earth Power, but it learns Scorching Sands. Pyroar's ability, I forget what it's called. Actually, I actually forget what Pyroar's ability's called. It's like, oh frick. It's like Pyro something, right? I think. Pyroar ability. It's Fire Main. So what Fire Main does, it boosts the power of fire type moves by 50%. I think this ability does make sense on Pyroar, because Pyroar doesn't really know that many moves, I'll be honest with you. It doesn't really have that many coverage moves. It only really has normal moves as well as yeah, normal moves and fire moves. So yeah. Yeah, we have to look on the special side. It does have Scorching Sands does have Earth Power. It does get Solar Beam too. I guess it does get Solar Beam. But one thing I would like to note about Pyroar is with this ability is actually stronger than it's stronger than adaptability on the fire side, because it's 2.25 times multiplier now with stab and also this fire main ability. But my only thing about Pyroar is like you want to be stacking a lot of the like Sun and this ability and stab, but the only drought user that's in the game that's usable with Mega Pyroar is Torkoal, which Torkoal wants to be played slow, whereas Pyroar with the 126 attack wants to be played very fast. So I don't know how that'll exactly be played, I'll be honest with you. Like that's such a what is it? Discrepancy of stats, or like it's such a wide margin that if you want Pyro to work, you have to play like Tail Room team, like the Tailwind Trick Room team we are talking about. But I think people or actually, or you could just run Whimsicott with Prankster Sunny Day Tailwind. Not bad actually. You don't. But with that being said, I don't know what Pyroar really. I don't know. I think Pyroar is, in my opinion, gonna stay in the B tier with a lot of these Pokemon. In my opinion. Someone at Game Freak has this as their for real though. For real. Every Pokemon is someone's favorite Pokemon in the world. That's one quote I learned. Okay, next up we have Goldango. So the thing about Goldango is Goldango got a Make It Rain nerf. So this is actually a huge nerf. So Make It Rain lowers the special attack by 2 stages instead of 1. So when it's Nasty Plot, it goes to +2, and when it Make It Rains, it finally goes to -2. Or 0, not -2. But I think that this is a huge nerf on Goldango. But I think given the nature of Goldango and its stats being so good, I think, and its ability also being very good, not being affected by status moves, I think it'll still be very strong. Goldango learns a lot of coverage moves like Psychic, Focus Splash, and Power Jam, and although the nerf with Make It Rain is still there, I think it only really slows down Goldango, and it puts Goldango from like OP tier to really strong tier in my opinion. So with that being said, I think Goldango stays in A tier. I think Goldingo's an A tier Pokemon. Who else we got over here? Dude, how have I been doing this for an hour and 20 minutes? What have I been doing? Okay, we go Houndstone next. Okay, Houndstone. What is Houndstone's speed? Dude, this music is jamming. This Houndoom. Houndstone. Okay, next we have Houndstone. I think the very unique part about Houndstone is that Houndstone gets two really good abilities in Sandrush and also Fluffy. Fluffy is typically more used, but I think the niche that Houndstone will fulfill is most likely a late game sweeper with Sandrush, potentially Choice Scarf in Last Respects. I know Basculation runs this, and Basculation's Last Respects is a lot stronger. I don't know how good this is because of Basculations in the game, actually. I didn't really think about it. I actually didn't think about this. Ooh, I don't think we'll see much Houndstone usage. Because my whole take on Houndstone was that Houndstone was strong because Houndstone has Sandrush plus Choice Scarf plus Last Respects. But Houndstone, Basculation just does that, but better. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna put Houndstone in D tier. I'm sorry, I just think this Pokemon, I think Basculation just does everything Houndstone wants, but better. You gotta swap the enemy Staraptor's contrary onto your you know what's crazy, Apricot? I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can do that, Apricot, because on what Goldingo's ability says it can't be affected by status moves. And Skill Swap and Entrainment are both status moves. Hold on. Can you Skill Swap good at school? I'm like 90% sure you can't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can skill swap it. I guess a way to get around that though, like a super duper okay, this is a super duper convoluted way to get around it. But you have Goldingo, and then Goldingo faints, and then you bring in Persimmon, who gets the Receiver ability. What Receiver does is if a Pokemon faints, oh no, you can't do that because, oh no, you actually, no, you can't. Never mind, because the effects of Good as Gold will still remain on Persimmon. Never mind. I've been using the Ghost Dog on my free No way. What team do you have with it? Dude, that's crazy. How, like, climbing with the Houndstone, in my opinion. My freaking Mega is Altaria Duo. We love Altaria over here. Okay, the next two Pokemon, I'm kind of just gonna group together because they're basically two of the same Pokemon, which is Quillfish and Overqwil. Quillfish serves as a Intimidate Flip Turn user. But again, based on its stats, like, I don't think we'll see much usage with Quillfish. How the fuck do how do I spell this guy? Oh, there we go. Based on its stats, I don't think we'll see much usage of this. Although Quillfish does learn a very, very solid move in Barb Barrage, which deals damage, it has a 50% chance of poisoning the target. If the target is already poisoned, its power is doubled. What's Barb Barrage's base? 60. It's actually really strong. It actually is really strong base. But my only problem with Quillfish and Barbarage is that Overquill can just do what Quillfish does, but better. Because Quillfish or Overquill learns Bar Barrage, it has Intimidate, and it has basically 100 base stats more than Quillfisher, I think even more. And also it has a way better typing because it's only weak to one type. So like Overquill just does what Quillfish does but better, and it also gets the Barb Barrage. I'm pretty sure it has more attack and it has more everything like compared to Quillfish. 85, 85, 65, 65, 95, yeah, literally has better everything than Quillfish. Um, so that being said, I'm putting Quillfish in D tier. I'm putting Overquill in C tier because I could definitely see the Barber Rush kind of working. I remember in Scarlet and Violet, I lost to something like Barber Rush in a very low power level format. True, Overquill does have more aura too. I agree. Um, but yeah, we have two more Pokemon. Okay, I don't know what to say about Vileplume. Vileplume just gets no Rage Powder, and it says Vileplume learns Corrosive Gas. What is Corrosive Gas? The user surrounds everything around it with a high acidity gas and melts. Ooh, that's actually quite good. But the thing is, it won't work for Mega Stones, most likely. Because like Mega Stones can't get like knocked off or anything. I think Vileplume is. I don't know what Vileplume is doing. Like here, bro. Like I'll be 100% honest with you. Like I don't know why they included Vileplume. Like it's probably one of like Game Freak's freaking child Pokemon. So they wanted Vileplume in the game. It doesn't know Rage Powder. It does know Sleep Powder, but it's a worse Sleep Powder user than the other Grass Poison type, in Venusaur, and it also gets Chlorophyll like Venusaur. Like I don't know what this guy's doing. Like, cause Venusaur has better speed too, cause it's at 80 base speed as well. I don't want Lapras to have. Dude, what the frick are you saying? Root vegetable. What are you saying, bro? Are you sane in the head, bro? Oh shit. But with that being said, I think that Vileplume is D tier. Okay, okay. Apricot, you might want to close your ears. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't put it. Oh, okay. I'll just put it down here for a bit. So the last Pokemon we have is Musharna. Musharna does get a lot of cool tools. It gets Trick Room. Like if relearns Expanding Force, Psychic Terrain, Misty Explosion, Store Power, it's actually a pretty decent bulky Trick Room user. It also has Telepathy for like Earthquake or Boomburst Pokemon, but I'll be honest, I don't really see the potential in Musharna. It is a very bulky Psychic type Pokemon. It is slow. Yeah, I don't really. I'll be honest. I don't know, man. Like I don't think this Pokemon is that good. Like compared to the rest of the field that we got, it does like Ally Switch for some cheese, but compared to what the rest of the field got, I think this Pokemon is in D tier. But I think this Pokemon is the highest in D tier. It's probably better than everything. It's not like we have true. We have Chimecho. But also being immune to like Boom Burst or like stuff like that is actually pretty nice. But yeah, that's my list. What do you guys think of this? But yeah, that's my list. What do you guys think of this list? Let me know in the comment section down below. What do we think about this list, boys? I think it's a pretty solid list. I'm gonna put this on my Discord server. Let's post this on my Discord server. But bro, like, how did I talk about these 18 Pokemon for an hour and a half? I didn't expect this. Like, I'll be honest. Like, max I was expecting this to go was like 30 minutes. But I literally yapped about how many fucking Pokemon? 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 23 Pokemon for an hour and a half. My ranking for the new Pokemon introduced. True. Apricot, if you want to join the Discord server, if you want to know when I'm going live or stuff like that, here you go, bro. Okay, now okay, we have to get into the battles. We have to get into the battles now. We can't be I wanna start playing some Pokemon Champions, man. Let me change thumbnails though. Yeah, let me change thumbnails real quick at least. Okay. Yeah, just give me one moment. Just give me one moment. Just gotta change some thumbnails real quick. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, this is a fire ass song. Dude. Oh yeah, that build up goes crazy. Okay. I'm gonna change thumbnail here. Change it to thumbnail. Okay. Change it to this now. $132. It's like $132. Just give me a moment, boys. Okay, everything should be updated in a hypothetical world. Here we go. Let's move everything over now. Right now. Okay. Let's hope this works. Oh, yeah, official. There we go. Does this work? I'm gonna turn this music off now. Then I can do this. Beautiful. Then I need to make this a little smaller actually. Okay, let's just restart. How is the sound right now? How is the sound? Is sound sounding right now? Sound is sounding. Good. Would love to see it. It's very quiet for me. If the strength battle only lasts 20 days? Oh. This is the team I want. Okay. Do some battles. Just hold on. Yeah, let's get into some battles. Guinea to hand. Nice to meet you. Why is my King Gambit facing the opposite way? Okay, so we have Palrain with a Raichu Y most likely. Oh shoot. Hold on. Let's do this. Yeah, we have Palrain with a Raichu Y probably. What do I like? I like Ninetales. Ninetales shuts down the Pelip, they really rely on rain. So Ninetales shuts down that, and I'm able to also get the Aurora Veil off. Holy sh! Am I struggling with this? There we go. I need to bring Eelektross for sure. I need to bring Eelektross here. It's my only Mega Evolution. I need something to handle the Sableye. I guess I do have Ninetales to handle that. I'm gonna bring Ninetales at the back. Pokemon that handles rain teams very well is Garchomp, and I'm actually gonna run Garchomp. I think Sneasler's value is not that good here because he has triple Ghost, and Sneasler doesn't have Throw Chop. I'm gonna lead Eelektross, and Talonflame is decent, but I prefer these four. Actually, Talonflame is not good into Double Water. It's good into Sinistra, but it's also weak to Raichu, so it's weak to a lot of Pokemon on this team, so I don't really like the Talonflame pick. This is a classic team from the previous reg, with Raichu essentially. Okay. He really, really wants rain setup. So what I'm expecting here out of anything, because he led Sableye Pelipper, I'm expecting him to think I'm gonna Wild Charge Pelipper, no? And him go to Raichu. I think it's either that's a very optimal option for him, because I think he might have been expecting a Ninetales lead. With that being said, I'm just gonna click like a very neutral knockoff to try and knock off his typically Sash, but it can also have Citrus Berry. And I'm also gonna just press Earthquake, see what happens. Actually, Rock Slide is much better because it hits both Pokemon. Yeah, I'm gonna hit a rock slide. No switch is very interesting. I really thought he'd switch here. But there's my boy Eelektross. There's my goat. Ooh, you're gonna go reflect light screen. That's good to know. So you don't respect the rocks? You don't respect the wild charge, huh? I wonder what you run on Pelipper. There's the sash. Weather. Ooh, tailwind. Yep. Okay. You're just running as much util as possible. You're literally running so much utility. Holy shit. I need to count these tailwind turns. Maybe I should have just this is probably like Clay too on the Sableye, so it's gonna be up the whole game. Is there a possibility to look for a KO on both Pokemon? I think like this turn out of anything could be a Raichu Lightning Rod turn, no? Okay, you know what I do? I'm gonna Wild Charge and I'm gonna punish the potential Raichu swap by pressing Earthquake here. But I think it's Light Screen more than anything. Yeah, that's fine. I wanted to cover for the potential Raichu swap and try and KO it before it even came in. I should live as a Chomp. Yeah, it's... My Chomp is really bulky. Or not, my Chomp is really bulky, but I think... his Pelipper has no special attack investment. That has to be a crit, right? Yeah, that is a crit. I kind of feel bad, but you know... Crits are part of the game. The good thing is we get a KO here, and my Eelektross is +1 now. And now what I can do, since he only has 2 Pokemon left, is I'm able to bring out my Ninetales and switch it to Snow. So it's probably like our Caledon Basculation or like our Caledon Raichu at the back. Basculation Raichu, right? Basculation or Caledon. Okay, yes, Basculation or Caledon. So something I can do here is question is, do I want to press double protect? I don't think I really want to press double protect. I'm not too keen on pressing double protect. I think my best option here is I think he's gonna like Dragon Pulse or Draco Meteor my Garchomp slot. So I think I have a free swap into Ninetales. How many Tailwind turns he has? He has 2 more Tailwind turns. So I'm actually gonna protect because I think it's Last Respects or Wave Crash into my Eelektross slot. And I think it's probably like a Draco Meteor into my Garchomp slot. So I'm actually going to go back and into my Ninetales. The great thing about Ninetales, it has Snow Warning, so it's actually going to get rid of the rain. So next turn I'll be able to press Aurora Veil. And there it is. There's the Last Respects Dragon Pulse. I'm actually going to play it very respectful here. I'm going to go to King Gambit. I'm going to protect again. The reason why I want to protect again is because he has 1 more turn at Tailwind. Both Pokemon outspeed my Ninetales here. And because Ninetales doesn't have a Focus Sash, 1 Steel-type move from my Caledon is actually going to take it out. So I want to be able to protect my Ninetales and swap into King Gambit so I can look to punish the Basculation. And I'll be honest, I don't know if I need Aurora Veil. I think I could probably Blizzard and I'm fine. But we'll see. Like, this should be like Last Respects into King Gambit, Flash Cannon. No, Last Respects into that slot. Now Flash is a double. Interesting. But yeah. The great thing about his Tailwind petering out now is that I have that my Ninetales outspeeds. And you know what? I might as well just press Aurora Veil. Like, I literally might as well press Aurora Veil. I will Sucker Punch the King Gambit, though. Or I will Sucker Punch the Basculation, but this Basculation likely won't go down because it's behind Reflect, unless you get a crit. Okay, yeah, look at that. That's all Reflect. Oh, this is Scarf Basculation. This is very good to know. Scarf Basculation, because it outsped my Ninetales. There's no way my Ninetales gets outsped because it is max speed plus timid. Ninetales is 109 base speed, and the Basculation is what, 81 base speed, so there's no shot that Basculation outspeeds my Ninetales unless it's Scarf. So we know he's Scarfed into the Last Respects. So, ooh, actually, thinking about it, Caledon might be a little bit of a problem. Need to think about this a little. I think going into Eelektross. I think going into Eelektross makes a lot of sense here. So what I can do with Eelektross is I'm able to actually. I know like this Basculetion's locked into Last Respects, and he's probably gonna Last Respects my uh this Basculetion's probably gonna Last Respects my Eelektross slot. So this turn I'm actually gonna ignore it and try and take out the King Gambit, because that's the bigger problem. With the Roar Veil, I should live every single attack that he throws at me, and as long as if King Gambit's alive, I'm able to take down the Basculation with Sucker Punch almost always. Actually, always, because of that has to be a crit, right? No crit. Damn, he's that strong. Bascu's that strong. It's crazy. I didn't realize it was going to do that much damage. But hopefully with the Drain Punch, I'm able to live this in a Roar Veil. I do live. Ooh, with the Drain Punch of Roar Veil, that's huge. Use a low kick. And now I'm just in a completely winning position. The reason why I'm in a completely winning position is I'm able to Sucker Punch Basculation pretty freely, knowing that it is choice Scarf. And now I'm able to get one last Drain Punch off here before my Eelektross goes down. Ooh. And yeah, ooh, good protect. I don't know if I like that protect, actually. It kind of stalls out the game. He should not protect and hope I mess up. That's probably... Yeah, he should probably not protect there. Just hope I don't press Sucker Punch. Yeah, no, this is... Okay. GG's. I still want to use my Sneasler, though. Like, Sneasler coaching, like... Oh, hold on. What the f... Did you guys not see that game at all? Are you serious? That was such a good game, too. Wait, was it frozen the entire freaking time? I explained that game so beautifully, though. Oh, that's so sad. Was it frozen this entire time? Oh my god, it was. Why did it freeze? What platform do you play? I'm playing on Switch right now. I am a Switch player. It's all good, Apricot. I didn't realize it froze. That was a really good educational game, I can't lie. Thinking about uploading on my channel, but then it freaking froze. What am I supposed to do? Are you a console? Or are you a phone user, Hannah? Okay, let's look at this team. Mono Ice. Mono Ice. So because half of their Pokemon are freaking 5 out of 6 of their Pokemon are Ice types, Garchomp is not coming into this match. Tell you that much. I think King Gambit here is really strong. You want a replica code, Max? I will give you a replica code after this game because I don't have a replica code set up. I'm gonna play for my lap. Okay, hold on, Hannah. After this battle, I will explain because there is an easy way to do it. There's an easy way to. You should lead Garchomp. Yeah, really. I should lead Garchomp, huh? Yeah, but there's an easy way to do it on laptop. But because there's so many ice type, the name of the game is King Gambit. It's literally King Gambit's game. King Gambit and Sneasler's game. Ooh, wait, I like this lead. So what I lead here is King Gambit Sneasler. And what I can do is I can actually start coaching the King Gambit. Eelektross here is pretty good. It's able to, it has Drain Punch, so it's able to hit a lot of these ice type Pokemon, and also has knockoff, so it's also able to hit the Frostlass. But what the reason why I like this lead is I exert Fake Out pressure, and both Pokemon are most likely going to hit super effective damage into both Pokemon that he leads. Yep, there it is. If I remember correctly, Weavile does get Fake Out, right? Yeah, exactly what Apricot says, Hannah. You need to get BlueStacks, and then BlueStacks is basically an Android phone emulator. And then you use BlueStacks to get Pokemon champions. So BlueStacks kind of acts as your phone, quote unquote. I think there's a Reddit post about it. I'll find it for you in a moment. Right now, my priority is to actually just fake out the Ninetales. I'm actually pretty scared here. I'm pretty scared. This is a 50-50. I'm gonna Iron Head Ninetales. I'm a double Ninetales. This could be low kick too. Ooh, is this slow Weavile? This is slow Weavile. What? That's slow Weavile. I take out the What the? I've never heard of that berry in my life until today. I can't lie. That's the first time I've heard of that berry. Babbery berry? Are you freaking serious? No, I'm sorry. That's the first time. I'm like, what the hell is he eating? There is. Hannah, are you still here? Hold on. Pokemon Champions. Okay, now in this position. Also, goddamn, dude, look how large that my Melodic is. Jesus Christ. The thing is, this Weavile is most likely Focus Sash. I don't know what this Milotic has. The thing I'm very scared about here is Low Kick, actually. Low Kick is the thing I'm scared about most. I'm actually going to Dire Claw the Weavile. I don't want to lower my defenses right now. And I'm just going to... Actually, I'm going to double Weavile. I'm not really worried about my low tick here because I have my Eelektross. And the reason why I want to double Weavile is because we know we're faster. Oh, that's a bulky Weavile. Ooh, maybe Close Combat was the move. Wait, no, I think... No, Weavile is faster than 120, right? Weavile's 125. This is a slow Weavile. No burn? No burn, never punish? No burn, never punish? Never punish, baby. Eelektross here is just the most obvious swap. Now, in that position, I kind of ran out of time. Ideally, I should have pressed the Close Combat Sucker to just get rid of the Sneasler completely, but I just ran out of time, you know? Okay. Yeah, in this position, I am just gonna take this position very literally because I'm basically ahead in Pokemon. I'm not ahead in Pokemon, but I'm ahead in terms of health. And I have a better board position because I see 2 kills into both Pokemon, or at least close to 2 kills into both Pokemon. So I'm just gonna take this board state as is. I'm not really gonna predict, and I'm gonna Sucker Punch and Wild Charge. Because I am very, very ahead right now. No, Weavile is 5 points faster. Wait, these are bots or no? Am I crazy? Are these bots? Is that a crazy question to ask? Because I remember there were bots in low elo like beforehand. Okay, beautiful. We pick up the kill. We pick up the kill. see. Um. Okay, here is the last. Hmm. No, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, maybe. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna commentate anything until we just get out of Pokeball tier then, because I really do think these are bots. Because like that, what's the point of running no speed on Weavile? Or like, what's the point of running zero speed investment on Weavile, right? And then like, even like if hypothetically if you knew you were zero speed Weavile, you should just fake out my King Gambit so we just kind of handshake it. You know what I mean? I live one more, but the burn might be bad though. I get never punished. We get never punished over here. The thing is, like, I used to be able to recognize the bots' teams, but I can't really recognize them if they're new bots. You know what I mean? Okay, another question though, right? Another question I have is the first guy I played against forfeited. I feel like bots can't forfeit, no? Or am I crazy? I'm pretty sure bots can't forfeit. Like, wouldn't it be crazy as hell if bots were able to forfeit? No. Communication. Okay, that took so long. I mean, I'm just gonna wall charge Sucker Punch. Do-do. Yeah, let's just quickly get out of Pokeball tier and just eliminate the possibility of bots, and then we will start commentating a lot of my games seriously. Oh, what is this? Why is he taking so long? Why is you taking so long? Okay, that does a lot of damage. Holy. This should outco 100%. Yeah, GG's. GG's. Okay, we should be out of Pokeball tier soon, thankfully. Should be out of Pokeball tier soon. Yo, what's up, Brian? How are you doing, bro? Welcome to the stream. Did the Reg add a new gimmick like Terra or Zemu? It added new Pokemon, and that's all it really added. It added some new items. It added 2 unique abilities on Eelektross and Mega Pyroar, but I honestly didn't really expect it to add anything crazy because of the mobile release, and I think that's like the craziest thing about Pokemon Champions, this regulation. So I didn't really expect anything crazy. Ooh, so we have like Pseudo Rain with like Swampert Pal. We have Staraptor with Contrary with Parting Shot on the Grimmsnarl. I do need to be very careful about that. Always good, brother. Yo, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. So Pyro's ability increases your fire type attacks by 50% on top of the 50% stab already. So you're doing 2.25 times, which is better than adaptability. So it can be used under Sun teams, but aside from that, I don't know how much use it'll be. Like it'll hit very hard on the fire side, but don't know how useful it'll be. Brian, you play Pokemon Champions? Are you a Pokemon Champions enjoyer? Okay. I haven't really thought about my matchup right now. I have like 30 seconds to kind of scrounge a team up. Okay, Ninetales on the back always makes sense. Oh god. Yeah, Ninetales on the back makes sense here. I like King Gambit, Eelektross, Ninetales, I guess. I kind of want Sneasler here. I do want Sneasler here. Ooh, I didn't plan for it at all. No, Raid Buster. Oh my god. No Switch 2. Do you have a Switch 1? You could run it on Switch 1. Sceptile Grimmsnarl. Oh my god, wait, hold on. Wait, I know what he's doing. Is this not is this not Shedtail Sceptile? Oh my god, this is Shedtail Sceptile into Parting Shot. No? Am I crazy? Or like fake out Shedtail? Ooh. I'm just gonna press Rockstead Ironhead. Just get me out of Pokeball tier, and then we'll start. Hit me with a Rock Slide. What's a Leaf Storm? This never OHKOs. This never OHKOs, yeah. Is this like White Herb Unburden, potentially? Yummy Berry. Yes, White Herb Unburden. No, I need to be very careful about this lead. Holy, yeah. Dude, Reflect and Light Screen are gonna be everywhere. Good damage. Look at that damage, bro. Oh, it's okay. That's good to know. It's not likely on Grimmsnarl. I'm actually... I feel like this might be a Spirit Break coming out on Grimmsnarl. Okay, here's the problem I have with my team, right? The problem I have with my team is mainly physical because of this whole coaching thing. There's the Earth Power tech, but it doesn't OHKO. To be honest, I haven't played Champions since the first month. Why not? Is it just been... Oh, yes! We get the +2! We get the +2! Oh, that's huge. Is it because the meta has been the same? Quote unquote? You know what I mean? Oh my god, what's up, Elijah? How you doing, bro? Have you hopped on Champions at all? Bro, I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep. I'm like dying right now. But I'm still here, you know? Okay. Yeah, this Reflect is rough. I feel like this might be a Tailwind on Pelipper's side. This is a Burden Sceptile. I'm gonna try and chunk it as much as possible. I think he Earth Powers my King Gambit slot, I can't lie. I think he Earth Powers my King Gambit slot. Oh! I forgot about this tech! Oh no! I actually forgot about this tech. My sucker fails now. I forgot Sceptile learned that. And you're running Ice Beam Pelipper. Who am I playing against? Who the hell am I playing against? Okay, I go Ninetales 100% of the time here. Blizzard does so much damage into both of these Pokemon, I can't lie. I just sort of got bored of it, but I've just been... Oh, gotcha, yeah. What game's your favorite? Yeah, what game's your favorite, bro? Favorite to Shiny Hunt? Probably like Scarlet and Violet or ZA, right? Because, like, those two are the easiest to Shiny Hunt. I'm gonna protect my, Oh, I don't have Protect on Gambit. Oh... I'm gonna go Eelektross. I'm gonna keep Gambit alive. And the reason why I want to keep Gambit alive is because I need to win the Weather Boar. So I need to position properly for the Weather Boar because I knew he has a Swampert. It should be Earth Power. It should be Vacuum Wave into this Eelektross slot. If I were to assume. Oh, fuck. I'm not playing this well. I guess that's a 50-50, right? If this OHKO's Sceptile... Oh, frick, it doesn't OHKO Sceptile. That's an Ococeptile. Hmm. Question is, how the hell do I remove the Swampert now? I need to get rid of the Sceptile first, more than anything. Has Pelipper eaten anything? He hasn't. I feel like this is a Pelipper. Pelipper switch into like something is actually not that bad. Yeah, there's a Pelipper switch. Gen 6 for sure. Ooh, yo, I'm 23. I'm 23. Um, Gen 3 is very fun, I can't lie. With the I should have predicted Wild Charge. What am I doing? It's okay. It's okay. I knew a switch was coming. Um, Gen 6 was like peak Pokemon, I swear to God, no? With the Friend Safari increasing the Pokemon stuff too, or like the shiny chance. Dude, if it predicted, it would have been really good. Is this like Earthquake or Waterfall? Or Wave Crash? Oh my god, this guy is... Oh my god, dude, Mega Swampert. I played this so wrong. Well, time to feed myself back to the bots. But with Leaf Green being released on Switch... Oh, yes, yes. Dude, you should play Emerald. Emerald's a lot of fun to play. I think the problem with my team is I have too many physical attackers. Hold on. I only have one Ninetales. No, the problem I have is everyone is using Grimmsnarl. And my only special attacker here is Ninetales. Right? I need something. I need something. Yeah, no, that was rough indeed. That was very rough indeed. I need something to like patch up my like a special Pokemon. That's what I was thinking. But like the only problem with Whimsicott or Talonflame is that I'll have double fairy. Right? And I don't like the idea of double fairy. Let's run it, see what happens. Let's run it. I do think that this is the right swap though. Just missing Gen 2 and 5, never got into the modern game Crystal. Dude, Gen 5 is so expensive, but if like the story wise, it's like one of the best games. I'm telling you. It's one of the best games story wise. Oh, do I put Life Orb? No, I should put Life Orb on Garchomp. Sash. Energy Ball. This is definitely the meta. Hold on. If I have Sunny Day on... Okay, I probably need to go White Herb on you then. Sunny Day Tailwind. I have no Encore, but I do have Energy Ball. I think Sunny Day is really good, actually. I don't know if I want Ninetales, though. Stefan Corv? What would Corviknight help me with? Ooh, maybe even... Maybe, I'm gonna run Glamora. I'm gonna change my team a little. Like Herb, Sash, Fairy Feather. I think this might be a little better. I'm gonna just test stuff out with this team. Yeah, we'll give this thing a fairy feather. That won't be there. Where the fairy feather at? That's gonna be here. No, you know what I do? I just give it life orb. Why not? Just give it life orb. This doesn't seem that bad of a team. My only problem with this team is I'm very weak to ground. My ground weakness goes crazy. Because of Sneasler, Glamora, King Gambit. You know what I mean? But like, Whims... Ooh. Actually, I thought of a Pokemon I could add here. What I can do, actually, is I can go Sash here. We can go Sash here. We can bring Rotom Wash on the team. What team is Rotom Wash on? That's fine. I'll bring Rotom Wash on this team. Actually, don't I like Rotom Wash? I'm doubling on Electric. You know what? I'm just gonna add frickin' Ninetales here, see what happens. I'm just gonna play with Ninetales. And then we'll run the Light Clay on this. See what really happens. Yeah, we'll run something like this. Pokemon is all about testing stuff out and trial and error with Pokemon teams. Am I right, guys? I'm gonna try the Double Fairy. Your Sneasler value here is really good. Keeping Sunny Day on Whim? I'm thinking about keeping it. It just... Actually, I'd rather not keep it. I should probably put Encore Protect on it. Yeah. Let me show you the build of the Sneasler. There we go. So, instead of coaching, you typically have Protect on this Pokemon. But, I'm trying a cool little secret tech today, so I have coaching on my Sneasler. I hope you got it, Gore. Hope you got that on lock. The screenshot. Okay. I'm gonna start locking in after I get out of Pokeball tier. When I get to the Ultra Ball, when I start facing some humans, I wanna start locking in. But right now his team looks so bot, I can't lie. Is King Gambit really good in this meta right now? Yes. For some context, George, right before this I released on mobile, North American International Championships happened with the previous regulation, and on day 2 of the event, King Gambit was on 71% of teams. The highest level players were playing King Gambit on 71% of teams. So it is probably one of the best Pokemon. Or like based on track record, it's one of the best Pokemon. And right now it's number 4 in usage. Wagwan. What is that? Wagwan. No, this is a bot for sure. This is 100% a bot. Yeah, so, dude, 71% is crazy. No? Like, when I hear 71%, I'm like, oh my god, that's just crazy, no? Because, like, basically, like, every team you're playing against is having a king, like, it has a King Gambit, essentially. White herb. No, this is a bot for sure. Like, why would you bug bite my Sneasler? I'm in piss low Pokeball tier that I'm playing a bot. But don't worry guys, I will actually commentate the games after I'm out of Pokeball tier. Because I'm pretty sure half the people I'm playing against are bots. Like this, it makes zero sense that you bug bite there ever with Heracross. Or even Aqua Jet and As. Actually Aqua Jet makes sense because both Pokemon outspeed. But I promise I will commentate in a bit. Let me just get out of the bot tier first. What team are you running, Gore? No, one more game, and then we're out. Also, if you have any more questions, send them my way. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Oh god, I might sleep after stream. I'm actually... Oh god. Yo, this almost looks like your name, Gordo. Gore. I'll delete this. Oh, remind me to get rid of Sunny Day, please. Why do you think it's really good? I know why. There are some people who use Mimikyu, but it's not the most popular Pokemon. I think it's around like 30 to 40 usage in the previous regulation. And the reason why it was so strong beforehand was because it would use Trick Room. Even though it has a 97 base speed stat, because of the disguise ability, it's hard to take down with one Pokemon or two Pokemon, right? So they would set up Trick Room for Trick Room Pokemon who want to run Trick Room. So that's how people typically use Whimsicott. But the only problem with Mimikyu is that like Mimikyu is 97 base speed. That is fast for a Trick Room user, like so fast for a Trick Room user. Because like Pokemon who run Trick Room, like for example, one of the most perennial Trick Room users is Torkoal, and Torkoal has 20 base speed compared to 97. Another good Trick Room user is the Pokemon you're talking about, King Gambit. King Gambit is 50 base speed. So like a lot of the Pokemon... Ooh, Whimsicott avoided the attack. That's huge. If I don't get a burn, this is huge. Yeah, that's huge. That does a lot of damage too now. I think I'm playing against a human. Like, I actually think I'm playing against a human. I don't think Moonblast ever kills. Yeah, but definitely not as fast as Sneasler, because Sneasler's 120 base speed. I want to swap into my Garchomp, but Whimsicott is right there staring at me. I think I might let this Pokemon go. I'm gonna let Whimsicott go. I want a good swap in into Garchomp right now. What is Volcaruna's base speed? Oh wait, actually, why did I do that? That's a really bad play on my end, because he can just Encore my Protect. It's really bad. Can I burn? Please burn. Please burn. I played this game pretty bad. Yeah, I heard Sneasler is top 1 in the meta right now. I don't know if it's top 1 right now anymore. But it was top 1 for a very long time. Yes. What does Volker on a space speed stat? It's 100, so my Garchomp will outspeed. What do you think the top meta Pokemon is right now? Garchomp without a doubt. I think Garchomp is really strong into the meta right now. And onto like, and also against a lot of like incoming Pokemon. Like the Raichus, it handles a lot of the meta Pokemon very well. Yes, Garchomp without Mega, yes. Garchomp has been like I think Garchomp's just number 1. But how did Volcarona outspeed me? Oh no, I'm not max speed. That makes sense. I'm not max speed. Actually, did you know Mega Garchomp is actually worse than regular Garchomp? And let me explain why, right? Because regular Garchomp keeps 10 base speed. So Garchomp goes from 102 base speed to 92 base speed. And the reason why this is like very important is because a lot of Pokemon hover around the 90 to 100 base speed range, right? So losing 10 base speed means you're slower than all these Pokemon now, right? All these 100 base speed Pokemon. What's an example? Volcarona is a 100 base speed Pokemon. Or something like I don't know. Can I get a poison? Please give me a poison. I think my only way back here is a poison. Unfortunate. And I get a... Oh my god, I actually get out of that. Garchomp is worst Mega? No, I don't think it's the worst Mega. But I think there's it's a lot to... There's... Like, Victory Bell's so much more worse in my opinion. Or like Audino or Victory Bell are so much worse. Okay. What does Corviknight do? Okay, I gotta lock in. I keep losing. Ooh, I keep losing. I need to start locking in. I'm just kind of fucking mindlessly playing. Can I just not miss? Yeah. Yeah, no, Basculegion? Have you heard of Basculegion? Basculegion is also a really strong meta Pokemon right now. What's your last Pokemon? Have you shown your last? It's Aegislash. I think I lose this game. Okay, I gotta focus. I actually gotta focus. Like, I know I'm like in Pokeball tier, but I am playing like dog shit, right? Like, I'm actually playing so bad. There's a shadow for me. Okay, no, I gotta lock it. Hold on. I can't be losing in Pokeball tier like this. You know what I mean? I actually can't be losing in Pokeball tier like this. Okay. There's some demons. Do you like farm the noobs? No, I just think, I just didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? So I'm not playing my best Pokemon today. You pick up what I'm putting down? Honestly, you know what's probably better to do then? It's probably better to just hit Great Ball tier. I'll just hit Great Ball tier and then just do the Mega Eelektross video tomorrow. I think that might be better. Because I didn't get that much sleep. And then afterwards, yeah, that's probably better idea to do. And then I'll try and figure out what my fourth slot here, or my sixth slot here is. What do we think about that idea? I'll do my react today to my video, and then I'll probably end it realistically. Do we like that idea? Wondering if I should connect my Nintendo. Why wouldn't you connect your Nintendo account to it? What do we think about that idea, boys? That's what I'm thinking too. Do we like that idea? W idea? For today? DRL, it's a bot. I don't. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but this is a bot. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, bro, but we are not playing against a real human being, unfortunately. So I'm. You know what? Like, I might as well just KO my own Sneasler. You know what I mean? I literally might as well just KO my own Sneasler while I'm at it, you know? Bye bye, Sneasler. GG's. Actually, you know what? No, fuck it. No. We are playing through this. I think I should be able to hit Great Ball. Okay. Okay, the educationality starts now. Okay. Here is where the real fun starts. Kenny! What is my boy Kenny doing? What do you got for me, Kenny? Ugh. So Kenny has a pseudo Excadrill team, huh? Oh, I need to change my overlay to Whimsicott. Okay, yeah, so he has a pseudo Sand team with the Excadrill plus the Tyranitar. I do need to watch out for Sinistra, because although he has double Dark and Steel, he can switch into his Sinistra at any time, and he's immune to the close combat stun I can pull off with Sneasler. But looking at his team, it is pretty weak to Ice, and I also want to shut down the Excadrill's Sand too. So I like bringing Ninetales at the back for sure. I think Garchomp has very high value here because it's able to scale shot the Dragonite, and it's also faster than Dragonite. It's able to Earthquake the Excadrill and Tyranitar, and also Rock Slide the Incin. I'm gonna lead this. In terms of what handles Incin, I'm gonna lead Eelektross, and then we will go Sneasler as my last Pokemon. I kind of ran out of time, so I kind of panic went Sneasler. But I think a realistic opening for him is the Excadrill plus T-Tar here, I'll be honest. It's a Milotic Sinistra. I don't really understand a Sinistra lead, I'll be honest with you, because you don't maximize his ability at all. I'm gonna be a little... There's a few ways I can play this. I can run like... I can play this turn very literally because I have a better position, so I look to like Earthquake, Mega, Wild Charge the Milotic. But I don't know why, I have a feeling he's gonna swap. The Earthquake covers like everything at the back aside from Dragonite, but more than anything I want to take out Sinistcha, because Sinistcha is like the backbone that's kind of stopping my Sneasler from performing really well against this team. So if I'm able to get rid of Sinistcha, I'm able to kind of break his team with my Sneasler, because he won't have an immunity to close combat. And this is a great thing because he's pressing Rage Powder. Oh my god, is this the Coil set? Don't tell me this is the Coil Hypnosis set. This can very well be the Coil Hypnosis set. That does some solid damage to Milotic. I'm wondering how much damage this does. Oof. That's just out of Oko range. It has Sash for some reason. Oh my god. It's this set? Oh my god, stop. Okay, Earthquake did 20% to a Sinistcha, so I'm free to actually just press Earthquake here. Actually, I don't think Rock Slide kills because it's not sap, and it can also miss. I want a Rock Slide so I get a potential flinch at Milotic, but it won't kill Sinistcha, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it'll kill Sinistcha. I'm going to take this turn very literally, though. I need to take out this Milotic, otherwise it's going to Hypnosis my team out of Oblivion. Okay, that's fine. I think your Milotic is quite fast, though, I'll be honest with you. But I think my Eelektross is faster. No? This should chunk Milotic down, so Eelektross sees a kill. And Eelektross is faster. Now okay, this is really big because we do get the Elevate. We do get the Elevate. So we get the attack boost, which is huge. And he FF'd. GG's. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Sinistcha lead is very peculiar. I would never lead Sinistcha. I think you just reduce the value of Sinistcha if you're leading Sinistcha because it does have the hospitality ability. Hold on. Okay. We have You God Qualler. What do you got for me, buddy? What do you got for me, buddy? Ooh, Flapple Saraledge. Interesting team. But looking at first glance, you have 3 weaknesses to ground, so Garchomp here is really strong. And I need to find an option that is good into double grass because he does have the Flapple Whimsicott. And that option is most definitely Ninetales on Lowland to pair with the Garchomp. And I am just gonna bring Eelektross here because it's my only Mega Evolution. It'll probably put in a lot of work. And my only question is, do I want Sneasler or King Gambit? King Gambit gives me a harder matchup into his Sneasler, but it gives me a way better resistance into his whole team, basically. And I'm also able to Sucker Punch the Saraledge if if he runs away with the game. So the question is, am I okay with that option? And I think my answer is no. And the reason why is because already I am so weak to Sneasler that I think I need to bring my own Sneasler to counter. I need another Pokemon that's not Whims. What's like a Pokemon I can replace Whimsicott for here? I need some assistance. Got it. Baby. Cleft Flapple. Is this like Follow Me Gravapple? Hustle? Choice Scarf? I actually don't know what this is. I'm gonna fire off a like fully invested Wild Charge on it. and actually just Rock Slide. See if I can get some flinch hacks. I don't even know Flapple's base speed, but it should be low. I know that line has low base speed. Yeah, 70 base speed. What's a good replacement to Wims though? Ooh, this was no follow me on the Wims. Or on the Clef. Clef lives, unfortunate. Ooh, I think I'm dead. I'm 100% dead. This is Hustle. For sure dead. Got the rough skin at least though. Ah, the Rock Slide. Not even close. Not even close. I like my chances of a Alolan Ninetales here. I think a Alolan Ninetales pressures both Pokemon, both KOs here. Yeah, Alolan Ninetales does pressure both KOs, and I'm gonna try and get a better position and bring my Sneasler out. Actually, that doesn't really matter right now. To see if I can just Drain Punch right. Actually, but if I just protect Aurora Veil, I think I'm in a fine position to protect Aurora Veil here. I don't think my Ninetales is threatened by either Pokemon. What game is this? This is Pokemon Champions. This is a battle simulator made by the official Nintendo company, and it is also available on mobile. It got released yesterday on mobile. There's the Grav Apple into my Eelektross. We got the Auroraville set up, which is really huge. And now I'm gonna see if I can Drain Punch here. I highly doubt it, and I'm just gonna Blizzard. This should KO both Pokemon, and we have the Auroraville set up. This is really big. My only what's a good oh my god, it lives on 1. What's a good grass type poke? No, that freeze doesn't matter. I knock it off. That's just BM at this point. I need to find a good grass type Pokemon to add to my team. You know, Rotom Mow wouldn't be that bad of an option, no? I could go Sinistcha. Do I have a ghost type on my team? Don't think I do. There's your Whimsy. Whimsicott Saraledge. So if I were to assume anything, if I were to assume this is probably like Tailwind plus Bitter Blade. But I'm just gonna press Knock Off into Blizzard. Yeah, this is Tailwind to Bitter Blade. Most definitely. Ninetales does live. Ninetales is a tanky ass boy. As Life Orb, good to know. Okay, I need to find a good counter to Mega to Vayne. I really want to have Glamora on my team, but I don't think Glamora is that good on my team. What about Choice Scarf Meowscarada? No? I don't think that makes sense. Yeah, no, I just don't like having Whimsicott, and, Alolan Ninetales on my team. Let me look, what are some good special attackers? I don't know, bro. I need a good special attacker on my team to either replace Whimsicott or Ninetales. I want to bring in Glamora, but I feel like I'm so weak to ground at that point. I can go Sylveon. Yeah, like, I really want Glamora here. But again, Glamora... Vivek? No. I feel like Grimmsnarl is just so strong. I could run Goldingo. Thinking emoji. What do I run? What Megas do you have? I have only Eelektross on the team right now. But I want something that is a special attacker, but can handle rain. My team is very physical. Now find it a problem to handle, like Archalodons or something. What's a good plug and play special attacker? I mean, it doesn't have to handle rain specifically, but it'd be nice. Annihilate, Pyro, Serena, Gardevoir, Last, Vivillon. Vivillon. No, not Vivillon. Scrafty Cord, Excadrill. Ooh. Hold on. That doesn't look that bad of an option. If I read that... Choice Scarf Hydreigon? Instead of... No, never mind, no. Nah. Technically, nah. Man. I'm looking at the Pokedex right now. I'm actually kind of lost on what to add. Hold on. Gardevoir? Don't like Gardevoir. I had double fairy already. I want something that's not double fairy. Um, Yo, what's up, Traffic Cone? How you doing? Um, right now, I'll be honest, I'm kind of conflicted. I okay, I'm gonna return all these Pokemon. I feel pretty dead right now because I didn't sleep that much. So I might do the react tomorrow before stream. Okay. Um, I might just end stream today. I think it might be better if I end stream today. Get some rest. You know what I mean? Um, come back tomorrow for some more games. How does that sound? But yeah, I'm definitely gonna end the stream here. Thank y'all for watching, and yeah, I'll be live tomorrow. Peace.